Life haijakuwa rahisi nikiwa peke yangu. Life haijakuwa rahisi bila kukubaliwa na bila kupendwa na mtu na kuchukiwa bila sababu. Itakuwa tu poa kuwaona. At least nijue niko na watu hata mimi. At least nijue nilianza mahali. Nisifeel ni kama niko mistake. Nawapenda sana hata kama siwajui vile nafaa kuwajua. I reached this brother telling him, things are haywire. I'm about to be homeless. And you can imagine this cousin telling me, you know, we have a canter, a lorry, a country. You know, we have a canter. I could just come, we pick those things of yours, and we come up country, you be my wife. My cousin.
Your cousin is telling you that?
Yes. And mind you, it's around that time, over COVID time, where he really knows it's up in flames. Like, you're down to nothing. You're desperate. Yeah. Yes. You know, they don't remember you up country. Our shosho and Huka had passed on, those who would have made of me. So he says, I could just come and get your stuff and we take you back up country, and since nobody can put a finger on it, could just be the new wife. What? Seriously?
Did you ask your auntie about your siblings' whereabouts?
I did. So I do, and she goes like, hey, Papa. Wow. So do you know what? Of those siblings of mine, I don't even recall their full-on names. Mostly that I was so young when we were separated. I remember Anthony, like I remember their first names, I guess. Plus one, I think I even know a nickname, so that's really bad. There's Anthony, Elizabeth, Irene. Now, that one that I know the nickname is Papa. Then now, there was Peter, then Anne. Now, Papa is one auntie brings on, up, and she says, hey, Papa amekuwa mlevi, but Papa yeye hutokea kweli. Na Papa yeye hukulizia sana, in fact, yeye ndo alikuwa na handa auntie akimwambia kule alikupeleka. So I told her mimi hata kama ndugu yangu hata shilingi ama hata kama tutaonana tu kumbatia, mimi nataka kumuona. Nataka kumuona sana. So pale yuko, whether utaniambia ni mahali fulani mimi nifike afike, you know. And it became simuoni ati to consistency. Siwezi put a finger on it. But akitokea nitamwambia acha namba ama nitamwambia ulikuwa unamtafuta. Hey, but my dear, long shot. It was now a waiting game. Yeah, pretty much.
What?
Yeah. Oh, sijui juzi alitokea, then akapotea tena, it's been months. Sasa sijui kule anakaa. Sasa huyo ndio of all the siblings ati mwenye nimesikia. Au wengine, no clue whatsoever. And two of them passed on.
You would really want to meet them?
Hey, of course. Regardless, wewe, damu vile wanasema ni nzito. Certainly. Okay, lakini I hold through and through kwa sababu my aunt bears my blood. Hata kama nina mbali. Hapo basi damu iko hold.
I'm very sure your siblings will come across this video. So I want you to look at this camera and talk to your siblings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. A big bit where I'm appreciating this is because I'm having an avenue to do this very thing. Hata sijui nisemeje.
Call them by their names.
Sijui nianze aje, lakini for one, Anthony, Elizabeth, Irene ni marehemu sahi. Papa, nyinyi ndo naambiwa ati mnaweza kuwa mko hai na mko mahali huko. Mimi sahi niko Nairobi. It's okay. Nimerudi huko for a long while now. Nilikuwa na hope kusema kweli tutapatana hata kama tu ni by chance, but haijakuwa possible. Na zile njia nilijaribu hazikufanyikiwa. Mimi na hope kama yeyote of you ataona tu hii video ajaribu kutafuta au wenye wanadu video. I'm sure ataandika details hapo. I'd really like to meet you because life haijakuwa rahisi nikiwa peke yangu. Life haijakuwa rahisi bila kukubaliwa na bila kupendwa na mtu na kuchukiwa bila sababu. Itakuwa tu poa kuwaona. At least nijue niko na watu hata mimi. At least nijue nilianza mahali. Nisifeel ni kama niko mistake. Nawapenda sana hata kama siwajui vile nafaa kuwajua. I'm longing to see you.
I want you to give your number yenye watakufikia nayo. They're gonna see it.
Niko na namba 2. Mkitaka kunifikia mnaweza nifikia kwa 011 414 7078 ama 0704 748 797. Hizo ndio namba unaweza nipata.
Also, na feel kama your family yenye ulikuwa unaishi nao, that's your auntie, walichangia sana kwa what is happening right now to your life. Tell them something.
This is hard. First of all, ni ngumu. Kwanza naweza taka kuomba msamaha pale niliwakosea, kama nilifanya maisha magumu by me being by you. It was never my intention. I just wanted a chance to grow up for one, to have a future. I really even wanted someday to be able to take care of you because you would have taken care of me. It's unfortunate things didn't go so smoothly. It hurts that this is how it became, like we don't talk anymore. I'm all alone. I'm struggling so much. Life makes no sense. And I really don't even know how to go on, to be honest. I've tried. I'm still trying. Mine is to say, I didn't intend that our relationship get where it got. And despite everything, I cared about you a lot. All of you. I did. I'm only human, and I wish those times I wronged or those times I offended you, I wish you would have given me more grace. I wish you'd have seen that I was just like the rest of your children, really. I don't know what the future holds, but hopefully we meet in a better light someday. Hopefully I find my way. Thank you for everything. Thank you for that bringing, because even the presentation I get to give forth to the world is out of your doing. So I don't take it for granted. All you did, all the efforts you put in me, And I sure hope we have a chance at reconciliation someday if it ever happens. That's all.
You're so strong and beautiful, and you deserve everything good in this life, okay? Yeah. I want you to remember that each and every day. You're beautiful, you're blessed, and you deserve each and everything good in this life, okay? So, would you be willing to start the journey of healing and stuff like that?
I'm longing for it. I feel like if I can get healed, especially within, I have a better chance at life itself.
Yeah.
How I approach things, how I relate to people. It doesn't make me happy when I'm so difficult or, yeah, I'd want to be somebody people have a joy to have around.
Yeah.
Yeah, and leave a good impact.
I will make sure I introduce you to a therapist.
Like it would mean a lot. It would mean a lot more so one who wouldn't flake on me, like give up on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want it so bad because I realize as long as I am the way I feel inside, I keep going back to the same place. I keep repeating habits I should stop. I'm destructive. And much as I try, I keep going back to the same hole. Now, over COVID nearly took me out, for sure. Being alone over that period of time, you can imagine.
Yeah.
So over COVID, I reached out to my family again strongly. By family, I mean the relatives. And the third of the brothers, oh, wow, something slipped my mind. The third of the brothers is the one I had the number offered, so that would be my first dial. I reached him and I told him, hey, things are really bad. My house is almost getting locked. At that point, I just taken a professional makeup course. I took the course, I put me through the course, but it didn't give as much as I thought it would give. Time ran out. I downsized to a cabinet sitter now, just trying to weather the storm. Nothing is still making sense. I started doing a food gig. I was cooking Costarian dishes. And they're kind of making sense. Up until students were also told to go home. Around that time is when I start another relationship. But now, that's besides it. I reached this brother telling him, wow, things are haywire. I'm about to be homeless. And you can imagine this cousin telling me, you know, we have a canter, a lorry, a country. You know, we have a canter. I could just come, we pick those things of yours, and we come up country, you be my wife. My cousin.
Your cousin is telling you that?
Yes. And mind you, it's around that time, over COVID time, where he really knows it's up in flames. Like, you're down to nothing. You're desperate.
Yeah.
Yes. You know, they don't remember you up country. Our Shosho and Huka had passed on, those who would have made of me. So he says, I could just come and get your stuff and we take you back up country, and since nobody can put a finger on it, could just be the new wife.
What?
Seriously? Now, you see, as I told you, I try to think maybe I should have put up with it a little longer. Maybe I would have waited, I'd have gone to school, uni. This is the same person who had made an attempt to try sleep with me around when I was 14, and I'd had to stop him. This is the same person, fast forward, who now tells me you can come up country and be. I think I even showed those messages because, do you know what? It struck me so hard, and I was beyond it's even beyond this. I showed it to a buddy of mine. This is my actual brother, yeah? This is his 2 or 3 friends of mine. I showed that, yeah. Because this is real and it's happening, and I don't want it to be that someday if it's spoken about, it was made up. No. I might not have the trail of messages right now, but for sure those who saw it. Yeah. Couldn't have made up a whole exchange. Yeah. Yeah, so he said that, and you know, this person would have changed my life even at that 14, because they were not well. Had they had their way, that time they were making that attempt, I don't even know where I'd be. I don't even know if I'd have a future. And no one would have believed me. That would have just been something that I came up with. But he was just not the only one who did that. The youngest of those brothers, because there are 4, as I told you. The last one, a certain night I was watching TV. It was late, but I remember it was Walker, Texas Range. So I don't know what time it used to come, but I was watching it alone. Everybody had gone to bed. And he popped up, of which he didn't even live at home then. He had his own family. He's the one whose wife family hosts me.
Yeah.
Yes, so he comes and he's a bit tipsy. Sits in the living room where I'm watching, tells me to serve him food. So I go heat the food, get it to him. But for some reason, I was feeling odd. Instincts are real, and yeah, bad vibes, or I really believe in energy. Well, if you're sensitive to it.
Yeah.
Because on a genuine note, I just felt awkward about him being there. So I sat up, and like the way I was lying down, I sat up across him, and he tells me, Ani, ebunjo. Now, in the Costarian bits, ebunjo. I get up, and I'm looking at him. Of course, he's my older brother, so there's that sense of respect. Unasemaje? Njo. Nije. Si nimekupa chakula, served your food, patikani. Njo, he was such a bit a distance from me, so he's meaning I should walk up to him.
Yeah.
I walk up to him up until a point, not to finality. And just the look of him and the way he's speaking to, something is not giving. So by the time I make to maybe 3 steps to him, I tell him, Miss Kwelei, lakini, wacha mimi niende nilale. Like at this point, whatever it is you're saying, on for tomorrow. I make to turn and leave. Do you know, he got up, no prompting, got up and was now making to get to me.
Following you while you head to the bedroom.
Of which I was walking at first, yeah? But now his movement, he got up and he was aggressive with it, Literally chased me down. At the time, my bedroom was upstairs, so it was a dash. If really it was somebody who was saying, oh, get me a cup of water or something, would it be necessary to chase me down? Because we literally ran up the stairs. Me in fright, Oh no. The way he's looking, got into the room, and at the time, I used to sleep with the house help within my room. So for sure, once again, she had. I got in with a bang and locked the door. Ani nini? And I speak his name. Once again, if it is on a basis of denial or that help, her name was Emily. Emily sure had it. Yeah. So that was the second attempt. And once again, who would I tell that, by the way, jana alinikimbiza kitaka ku. Who would even pay mind to?
Nobody.
Now the last one would be the third son who came back from abroad. He had been away. And he'd left when I was a child. At least it wasn't any bit direct, or because all others were personal. But he dropped me a text. And he, in his words, how about me and you, get busy?
These are your cousins that you take them as brothers because you live there.
Pretty much. They're my brothers.
Yeah.
How about And that's the very reaction I give. Like, you and I are siblings. How are you even coming up with that? And that's pretty much what I'd posed to them. Not at any one point did I bat an eye. Thank stars for that. And that's that side to me that people see, because there's times I can be very vocal about and put my stance like this is how it goes, and often than not it even tends to intimidate people. But when I look back and I think back to those situations that I had to reinforce that hapana nini unafanya, yeah, it created that created somebody who can put their foot down.
God. You're so strong though. Do you know that?
Hey, I don't think so. I think I have to be. I nearly don't know how else to be. Do you know, I kind of don't like that side to me, because as I'm telling you, I feel it intimidates people. The times they just say Z and it's a no. Yeah.
Like your first rejection in that family, rape attempts in that family, like, it's crazy.
I think the worst part was not having anyone to let it out to.
Yeah.
Not having a shoulder. And I hate that I'm doing this, because it means it impacts on them. In fact, I tried so hard that this day would never come, that I have to speak on.
But this is where your healing journey begins. Because a problem shared is a problem half solved. So the next half, you're going to go to the therapist and all those stages, and you'll be fine.
I hope so.
Yeah, you will be fine. You have to believe that you will be fine. It comes from within.
Honestly, you know, it's not been a short tea, it's a long one. And me hata sita kudanganya, mi ilifika point nika give up kabisa. I remember at the first time when I made an attempt of somebody needs to hear me or something needs to give, I wrote to Edgar Obare. I don't know whether I still have it on my Instagram, but I tell it to him, and it should be around that phase of time.
Yeah.
And you know what? Of anybody I've ever tried to reach out to in this scope of I need a hearing, like the walls are closing in. Mimi nasikia ni kama nitapotea to oblivion. He gave me a hearing, he responded, and he was like, yeah, it breaks my heart to read what you're going through. Wow. And at the time, because I even told him, ata chakula sahi mi sina, I just don't know what tomorrow is like. He referred me to, I don't remember whether there were a children's home or some, a guy had gotten together a bunch of either friends or...
An NGO?
Yeah. And they were giving food to people. So he referred me to them, said, yeah, in case it's gotten that bad, you just reach out to them. I'll stand in for you, like I'll speak for you, yeah, at least you get sorted. So, yeah.
That was a nice gesture.
Sana.
Good job, Edgar.
Sana. Kabisa. I couldn't forget to mention that. Because he could have easily ignored it.
True.
And most people do, often than not.
Yeah. Especially those celebrities, they get a lot of
no
DMs.
No time
so
for it, yeah.
Him replying to that, it means it really got deep in him.
Yeah. The guy has a soul, turns out.
True. Wow. How do you feel now after we've spoken about this? How are you feeling?
Wow. I'd like you to know you're doing a lot. You're doing a lot because you're giving me a voice. Me nimefeel kasi eleweki for so long. Na nimefeel ni kama hata nikisikika haijalishi anymore. I for one don't want it to be that. Let's say if anything happens to me, suppose I really don't get to that place where I'm running my own life and, supposing that day doesn't come, I wouldn't want it to go down that I was never understood, that they never knew what went on. Yeah, you're giving me an avenue to be heard, and it means so much. Yeah.
And it takes a lot to just make a decision of coming here and sharing your story. and it's going to help a lot of people. There's somebody who's going through the same shit,
You
going
know?
through a lot of things, and they're going to listen to you and see where you are right now and be like, if she made it, I can, you know?
You
Yeah.
can. They can.
And you will as well.
It's kind of hard to see it from where I'm sat. It's gotten very complex.
I know it can be hard, but you have to believe, that I'll have to amount to something, to what I want, and I'm blessed. And if anything, God has a plan for you, because ungekufa hiyo time ya pneumonia,
I think
umelala
so.
2 weeks, you see? He keeps on telling you, maybe he's not going to speak to you with his voice, but he's going to show you that I'm giving you chances each and every time. Your job is not done here. It's not done yet. So you have to wake up each and every day, say you're blessed, you deserve everything good in this life, and you're gonna get it. Yeah.
It's not the easiest.
I know.
But
it's easy to say, but it's very difficult to,
thank you, internalize.
Yeah, I understand. So what are you doing currently? A job?
Presently, I mentioned to you that my house was getting locked and stuff. Yes, that really happened, unfortunately.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, that really happened. They got a hold of my things. Matter of fact, happened after I'd reverted back home. I'd say for the last time, because I did again. And I went on my knees, literally begging, because everything I'd worked for was about to be wiped out.
Yeah.
So I was begging, just please save me this once. I mean, I've been away so long, sure, and we haven't had those links as such, but I need your help. And this once, let me just hold on to something and then I'll get going again. Wow, I got there and it was bad. It was bad. This last time, before I left home, whether I've had to return maybe thrice or 4 times. This last time, first of all, I remember my aunt being on a call and talking to her son, this one that's up country, the one that I was to be a wife to. And you can hear her end of it. Amerudi, amekonda, ni kama hata ni mgonjwa.
What?
An bado ni mzima, an si mgonjwa. Anataka kumbuki the last time ameenda hosi. Apart from COVID time. So kukakuwa na hivyo, yani that was the welcome back, and there henceforth ikakuwa okay, since you're back, now what? Umerudi kuomba msaada, that mood. I remember them neglecting me, like they didn't fend for any of my needs, pretty much. Those 2 clothes I came with, because I'd come with just whatever I could grab. Just ignored me, ignored the existence of me. Up until it got so bad, I now pointed it out, like, mimi msichana, hata
Pads.
At one point, the house help bought me some sanitary towels, and she made it a matter of fact to give it to me, with my aunt sat there in the living room. Like, Annie.
Ndio antia kwaone.
And nothing, trust me, when she finally got around to giving anything for Annie to exist, because even the 2 clothes I carried, I mean, to go to church and I'm like, hata kama utanipatia tu niende sokoni, at least nikuwe decent. It was like 1,000 of spread maybe over 3-4 months. Like, wow. And when it was so bad now, I spoke to my uncle. I told him, I need at least this amount to do 1, 2, 3, like maybe get the clothes to go to church with, yani something. I'm in limbo. Sina chochote. And I think he spoke it out to the wife, and the wife now came at me, ulikuwa unamwambia kama nani? In my head, I mean, he's my father, far as I know. And it's not like you've ever made it easy for me to present my needs to you. And to be honest, save for those moments where I've mentioned my uncle failed me, my uncle was actually a dad to me. Yes, there are those times he'd show me that he's aware that whoever else is doing whatever they're doing, so he'd try cover me, but not enough. He wasn't there enough.
Yeah.
He looked the other way more times. So, yeah, after my house was locked up, and I'd been in a not so good relation, which had rolled up to how I ended up homeless, I had to come back to Nairobi because now they decided my problems were my own.
Yeah.
Whatever house was being locked, or it wasn't any of their concern. I remember leaving this very last time with my uncle looking at me, and it's why I feel like this is the last time he said the worst of things to me. And this was owing to, wow. Okay, they reverted back to the abuse, of which neglect you, wow.
Yeah.
So I leave and I come back, and really everything had gone smoothly, yeah? Including my return, because I had to scale a fence. Anyways, what was I getting to? Oh, so I got into the house, I made to get into my room, slept it off. The following morning, we woke up to fracas. Apparently, the house help. Oh my God, when I remember these things, they just bug my mind. The house help screaming on top of her voice, she's lost her phone, wow. Mind you, I still have a disposable, like a kabambe. I had a Nokia one at the time, still the same one I had. When that noise was made or whatever it is, hey, Annie, I'm coming. I got up just as I was. I remember I was naked. In Mombasa, it's so hot, yeah? So just as I was covered up a bit, opened the door. What's going on? Oh, sijui the phone, whatever phone is lost, or in case anybody feels like I'd have it, make your way in, and I don't have anything. I got back from wherever I got from yesterday in Nikalala, and this is me. Look everywhere, any and everywhere. So they don't look for it. They don't. Mind you, as per understanding, it was still a disposable phone. Now, conclusion came to that Ani ndo ameiba phone. Now, I don't think at the time they even told me. Did they tell me that day, or when do they tell me this? Of course, she for one is screaming on top of her lungs, but to back it up, auntie and the likes, for sure umechukua hizo. Now, on a real note, I have my Nokia kabambe, of which I really pended it as it was. Hers was whichever one it was, because I don't even recall. Why would I take another disposable phone yet? And
I have one already.
But leave that aside. It could have been a supposition because I'm the newbie who returned home. So perhaps it's me. In that same house, we still have this brother who returned from abroad, who has been a junkie, who has actually been stealing things with certainty, actually robbed me of my purse for the help to find in his room.
And they ignore all that and say that you're the one
No, it's Anne who took the phone. It's Anne. Do you know that day, at that point, they've been neglecting you. Hell, even food, they now eat strategically until you eat whenever, and you will figure it out or stick it out hungry, whichever way you'll survive.
What?
There were buddies I used to hang out with, too distressed. And I won't even lie to you, I'd go there and even smoke some pot. So on that day, particularly when they tell me I'm the thief, oh my God, it broke my heart. It made me so frustrated. I'm like, on top of everything that you guys are putting me through, I'm trying my best to just,
I know.
hang on. Nata bado itoshi. So I go to that buddy's place. He had his whole family. He was a guy who was married and had like 4 kids. But then they were used to me. Like, they enjoyed my company. So I go and I vent there. I tell them, una imagine sasa wananiambia ati mimi nimefanya 1 to 3. I remember I was a mess. For sure, and you can imagine these are complete strangers who have just known me over that period of time. I think I returned home, which is when we socialized. But they took my word that really I had, mere strangers believed that, yet all of the ones at home had turned on me that, you know what, you're the thief.
What?
You know, even right now I try to think of it. By the way, Kasim nakushukuru sana. Kasim is that guy whose place I'd go at and decompress. Waliniambia ani hata wewe usistress ama ati wakuamini ama vitu nakufanyia. Those strangers, if they're people I'd like to remember all my life, or rather if they're people I'd like to thank, kina Kasim. Because at that point when nobody was believing in, just the fact that they even said it doesn't matter that they don't, we do. But at that point I was sick of even trying to please them, or I just wanted to leave. It didn't matter whether they were locking up my house. These people don't want me, and if they can put such a blame.
True.
Wah, so ilibidi mimi nitoke kwa sasa, nikakuwa mwizi na wakaacha kunifeed. Na sasa siku moja ati auntie akaenda kwa bwanake, because we were both upstairs. Akakuja, she found me avoiding her because it's after the accusing that Annie is a thief. So I'd stayed maybe a week or 3 weeks in complete limbo. They're ignoring me. They wouldn't care less, so they exist. So she comes into my room, and I don't remember what she brought up, but she makes a comment that triggers me. And I tell her, I mean, si kitu ulikuwa unataka ime happen. Like, you enjoy it when I'm having a hard time. Don't stand there and act like, oh, Annie, don't act concerned. We both know at this point in my life, you don't like my guts. So acha kujifanya, you know. I pretty much told her that in that occasion, which got her pretty mad. She goes downstairs to the husband who was sat out there. Ani sijui kwanza nilimpatia chakula. Mind you, this is like 2 weeks or 3 weeks of not caring whether you're fed or dying. Each Sunday on a random, I think it was even given, I don't remember. But sasa akakuwa meguso, akaserve food ati, which never happens. Ati food ndio, yani hata kama kulikuwa na appetite ama hata, to be honest, I wasn't even up to it. Na hata sikuifanya ati ndio ni moody. It was just really. Sasa she brought it up to the husband. Oh, she didn't eat that food I gave her. And on top of it, right now I went trying to talk to her. She tells me ati what I wanted is happening, which is ati people turning against her. So she now started venting to him. So bad about how I'm stressing her life and how she doesn't trust me, being that I smoke weed. I could even do anything to them while they sleep. So she figures I should sleep in the servant quarters outside, where even her son wouldn't sleep because,
What? That's so bad. Oh my God. So now that was at that time.
Now this is the last time. Yeah, this is the last time. Now my uncle looked at me. He made me stand there and he goes like, today henceforth, yes, as your mom says, you will be sleeping in that servant quarters. And that servant quarters had panyas, what? It was like a stove sort. Kuna mpaka wheelbarrow. Utalala huko. Atina, what else? Because it was stipulated. Sijui ati kama ni kazi uanze kutafuta kazi ama sijui nini. Maindi wanakumbuka ati vitu zangu zimeshikwa. Hizo vitu hata hugiza. You're just to exist. Wewe jitafutie life yako na ukikuwa tayari uende. Hatukupendi, hatujawahi kupenda. You know, he said the worst things. By the way, up until then, anko wako iniongelesha vibaya vile aliniongelesha. Kabisa, like wewe enda kule unaenda. And in fact, hiyo siku ndo akaniambia na kama huku unajua wazazi wako walikufa na ugonjwa. Walikufa na ukimwi. Not now, you can imagine up until that I hadn't known who did what.
Yeah.
But he's now tossing it at me. Wow. Na wajua nini? Hata as I'm sat here, mi bado wasiamini he bore that much hate towards me, because up until then sikuwahi muona that cruel. But the things he said,
Probably he was influenced by the wife.
My goodness. Wewe wajua, I think I just picked whatever night where I was in or whatever I could put into a bag and I just left. I left once again.
What?
Kawambia hizo nguo zingine nitakuja nichukue.
So where are you living now? Do you have your place?
No.
Okay.
And he's still homeless.
Do you have a job?
No. To be honest, between all that, a big bit you understand is I go periods of time where I'm not working, and so my CV is alive and well, and I can't say there's one employer who has a bad thing to say about me.
Yeah.
But the spans of time where you're not working don't make sense. So whenever I present it, there's normally that, like, in this period of time, what happened? Yeah, story of my life. And then comes in the bit of qualifications. Me not having furthered my education has been limiting the things I'd want to pursue. People who would even see potential, but then the papers get up until a certain point.
True.
Yeah, so
as
been hard.
we wind up this story, what kind of help would you want?
Wow, that's a stretch of a question. First of all, as I've told you, you're helping me enough just by giving me this earring. Yani, na feel at a roiko kai lighter, a tad lighter, because na feel like it can finally be me without the shadows. Kwa sababu constantly ni kusema kitu na siwezi explain fully. So yeah, that part a big help. Two, mimi sasa siwezi jua ati kama naweza rudi shule bado. But do you know what? Kama ningepata hiyo opportunity, kusema kweli mimi nilikuwa nataka sana kusoma. And more so, ati kama ningepata an opening kufanya hiyo career nilikuwa nataka, I really wanted to be a good one at that psychologist or that psychotherapist, because I wanted to be there for other people who are going through times like mine, or even worse, because there are people who are having it way worse.
True.
So I really desire it, and I think I've shown it over the years because I've been part of charity organizations, actively so, and a big bit of why I did that was to have that personal touch, helping people, have that impact. So if I could get an education to be able to stand on my feet, it would mean the world.
Yeah.
But if that has gone by, a chance at work, I've been versatile about work. I've done marketing, I've done events, I've even done contracting, mind you. Yeah, there's a year in time I did contracting, which gave me good money, kept me running. That's me saying that I'm ready to put myself out there and challenge myself.
Sure.
Yes, so a chance at work, a chance at earning a source of living. Oh, yeah. So that I can just stand on my own.
Yeah.
And then further to it, my siblings. Hey, if anyone knows anything,
they can reach out to the number you
please. It would mean the world. It would change a great bit about my life.
Sure.
Because you kufeel peke yako na huko peke yako.
Yeah.
So those things are what I'd request.
Guys, this has been a heavy one for me too. Yeah, you've seen it. But you're a very strong woman, I would say.
Asante.
Yeah, you're strong. Because watu wengine up to this point wangekuwa wamefikiria commit suicide, vitu kaizo, wangekuwa you know, vitu mob sana. But you're holding it down well, and it's gonna be okay.
Asante.
Sometimes it's okay not to be okay. It is very okay not to be okay. Yeah, but we hope it's going to be okay. Hope is what keeps us here. We are hoping for a better future, a better tomorrow. Yeah, so guys, if you're there watching us and you have an opportunity that you can give this lady, kindly reach out to the number yenye amepeana. We are going to put it down there on the screen, and we are going to appreciate Paris Mbudia TV, my guys. You know how we do it here, yeah? If we can help, we do help, and help well. So thank you so much for coming here. Thank you for sharing your story. It's an inspiration. It's an encouragement to a lot of people. You don't know, but you're going to see.
I hope so. I hope it impacts somebody somewhere.
Yeah, it is. And also, I myself, personally, I'm willing to introduce you to a therapist, because part of this journey, it has not been easy, and you need to heal from those things to be able to accept better things. Because the way I've heard your story, you've faced a lot of neglecting, rejection, up to a point that when good things happen to you, you're just like, no.
Yeah.
Is this a trap?
You're very right.
You know?
Yeah.
So you need to heal and believe that you deserve the best.
Asante.
Yeah. And be the main character of your own movie, you know? Yeah, your life is a movie. So be the main character. Let the rest adjust. Don't put masks. Don't hide. Be yourself. This is who I am. Yeah? So you accept me or leave me.
Yeah.
There's always going to be somebody who's going to accept you. You cannot be alone in this world. No way.
Yeah.
So toa hizo masks zote, accept yourself, be yourself, and everything is going to be okay.
Okay, asante.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming to our show and sharing your story. Guys, we're going to end there for today, and without forgetting our sponsors for today, Timeless Medical Spa. They're located at Lavington Mall, 6th floor. If you have issues with your skin, if you want to learn how to take care of your skin, to maintain the glowing skin, always call their number, Timeless Medical Spa, Lavington Mall, 6th floor. It's been real, guys. It's a heavy one. I don't have much to say. Until next time, I've been your host, Kenda Rispa. Bye-bye.